link to this cast? I want to send it.
Yeah, I'll send the link to the streams chat. Give me a sec.
Javed.
You're still part of C7 or...
Javed C7.
You're not still part of them?
No, I left.
Shams is gay.
I left C7 a long time ago.
Alright,
Is
hang
it
on.
into the thing? I don't ever hear anything of C7 anymore.
Let me share the
They're
link.
only a lane
Cool.
now. They're a lane.
Oh, well.
Unlucky. Who the fuck is Shams is gay?
Alex.
Is this Shams on a Smurf or is it like genuinely someone else?
Is he the guy who's got like 3 levels? His fucking this.
Alex.
50, yeah, 50's at the reset that.
Alright,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Hey, your teammate H Toxic needs to restart his up as well. He has game checked.
Alright.
Unk Roby.
Oh, so does he? Oh no, he doesn't. Never mind.
Fucking sorry.
What's the chat called
Yeah,
where I
you
need
just
to
take it
share
up.
this to? Where do I share the link to? Which chat? What's it called?
Send it and then I'll put it in streams. No, you can't type in streams, I do.
Just don't stream snipe me, please. I get scared.
So it's orbit versus complexity, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done. Shared the link.
What about Cosmos?
Shit, I am, aren't I?
What, you're not you? You're not even
Shit
Cosmos, you're
myself.
Cosmic.
I don't even know who I am these days, to be honest.
You're a fucking silver one, I see you are.
Gold tree now. Exactly.
Oh, pushing up,
Silver
pushing
one.
up.
The bottle cap goes crazy.
I'm just a guy using the washing machine
Uh-huh.
as his gaming chair.
Oh yeah.
Would this be a really bad time to say I need a shit?
I did screen for that
yeah.
before this.
No,
You-
I just won't get my code back.
Wait, what one's Alex? Is that Robbie?
Shams is gay.
Dad, if you can do it in 2 minutes,
So yeah,
like you use
what
yours,
happens if I can do a speed shit? Because I can do speed shits.
You
I'll
already
give
do,
you a high
so
five. What do you
just
want?
go. Just go.
Alright, I'll tell you what,
The
alright.
fact that he changed his main, he paid money to
Boys,
change his name on his
I'm
main.
being
Look
back
at that.
before that time hits.
Yeah.
Before that hits 14 minutes, I'm coming back. In a minute.
Will, please stop. Hey, do you want it? Can I show you a video of me singing? Be honest, like, I need to
Alright,
know
we're
if it's
ready.
good or not.
You ready? Well, we got to wait for your friend, or should we just start?
Give
He's
it,
only.
just, yeah, give it to like 15, and then.
We're what, 15, 15?
Jesus
Well, they
Christ,
said he'll
you're
be
so
back in like
stuck.
1 minute, so.
You think you need A's or something?
No, oh my god.
Have you guys never played each other before?
No.
What?
No, first time? Yeah, I've casted complexity before, but I don't think I ever casted light.
You've played against us, Rico.
Who's us? It's too many voices.
Recon, you better slap them.
Orbit.
Alex.
Orbit.
Alex,
I've probably
Alex.
played both your teams. I know I've played
How do you
complexity.
paste?
Because I remember acing against Robbie.
Yeah, we
But-
don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Dixon, I think we played against Recon the game that you filled in for us. I think one of the matches was Oregon.
If
I
you
think we
used to
won
Robbie,
both.
it had to
Oh,
have been
that means we slammed
when
you
you
then.
played for UG.
Did you?
No,
Don't remember.
Well, that was
Wait,
the
Alex,
difference
what
when
is
you're in the best of two.
What, in this league?
Alex.
Oh yeah, it was Cafe in Oregon. It was 7-5,
Oh,
7-4.
yeah, I popped off then. Jesus.
In what league? Oblivion. If it was Oblivion, then yeah, that's probably true.
No, it wasn't Oblivion. It was either Hive or this league.
It's not this league. We don't play Hive.
Now that, lads. It's
I
time for the
recognise
speed
Blame
shit.
Kicks, but the rest of you I don't have a... Well, on blue team anyway.
We're definitely
Live.
playing your team. I don't know if you might not have played then.
Yeah, we probably have.
No, you were. Wait.
I play
Oh,
too
yeah,
many
Alex.
teams.
Where is
Staying
Alex?
alive.
Oh, this guy's dead.
So let me check your roster.
It's Forms, Grapes, Quark, Kieran, Adam,
Ah.
Daniel UG, and Tynoff.
Well, you're not the people that accuse us of dossing, are you?
Nah. Wait, who?
Recon, did you ever play the team called Team Echo?
Nah, don't think so.
There was a team like last season.
I might have done. I played too many
Team Unknown
teams.
said we were dossing them.
Oh, unknown GG is that?
I'm so stupid.
The team unknown.
Oh,
had
they were
DOS.
Yeah, I do not like them.
Yeah, they said we were dossing because they whiffed on the shots and the guys stood still.
No, my boys won't accuse you of dossing.
I don't know if it's good for my health to have shits that quick. I really don't.
I respect it though, honestly.
Right, are you guys all ready, yeah?
Start.
Can I just confirm that Orange team is starting as match attackers?
Let me get it over.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then first team on attack during overtime is blue, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Alright, good luck, have fun, guys.
It's the same for both. Orange are defending on Villa and we're attacking.
Guys.
Okay. Good luck, have fun.
Please, just don't sit on the roof.
Yeah, please no roof campers.
Alright, Complexity versus Orbit. Never seen these two teams play each other before. Wow, 4.9 win-loss at level 200, mad. Obviously the ranks are going to be pretty low as it start of the season. Everyone's just at plat 3 sort of elo. Monty Ban coming out from Team Apollo. Jackalban from Complexity. Nothing too unusual so far. It looks like this game's just going to be a frag fest. I mean, it's usually what happens on Coastline. It's not really known as a very strat heavy map. It's more just take 5 fraggers and push sort of thing. Clash ban. Yeah. Don't usually see Clash bought too much in comp, to be honest, so it's interesting ban. Maybe it's a target ban and Ella ban. Interesting bans considering this is competitive actually. Bit default, but looks like the blue team are going to be heading up to Hooker and Billiards for their first round. Running a Malusi and a Legion. It's going to be a pretty oppressive lineup for the attackers to take down. And the Alibi's going to 6-pick off to the Valkyrie. IQ switching for the Ace. That's really going to work against them as the Alibi switched onto the Valkyrie. I mean, Complexity just really might have shot himself in the foot there. Nice 6-pick from the blue team though.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty more or less standard setup.
Bomb located by attackers.
Just default reinforcements and rotations so far.
Seconds to go.
Looks like we can see a Valkyrie get tossed out here from the Valkyrie.
5 seconds left. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Oh, Adam messing up the Valcam there. It looks like Complexity are going to spot that out pretty early. Maybe with them not running the IQ, they might miss it out, but
a bomb has been located.
It's in a pretty poor position. It's just in the open on the balcony. We're also going to be playing down here in Sunrise Bar, holding Pink Door now. He's going to get drowned out. He's playing here to burn time, and as he's got one pushing Pink Door and one on Sunrise Window, he's pretty pinched over here. Sight Sophia's going to be firing some shots in. Will losing a little bit of health, but he's just going to be shooting out the drones and falling back. As Sophie's going to be advancing through towards the Legion, and Jaden's taking Sunrise control. Does he know that the Malusi's in blue bomb? No, he doesn't, and he's just going to head on his way up Coolvibe stairs. Stop to hold the angle, but Malusi is just undroned here, and she finds the head of Robbie, a 5v4 now. Really nice pick, and pretty lackluster drone work actually from Complexity, as they just burn all their time and all their drones on clearing the Legion out, and sort of just forget about clearing blue bar. Game On's going to be holding the stairs close up with a shotgun, and Will's going to find one onto Barricat. Nice time waste from Will for the round, and a big pick. 3v5 now. This is not looking too good for all of them. Toxic gets one onto Will, but only 1 minute 10 left on the clock, and a 4v3 with Smoke Shotgun holding Cool Vibes. It's going to be a difficult one for Orbit to push here. Sophia's rotating to main stairs, no drone work, and she's going to be met by the Jaeger at the top of the staircase now as she makes her way over, sort of slowing down, and she's going to take the time to drone now, but with only 45 seconds left, I mean, it's going to be a difficult one. In the meantime, Sledge is going to be outside on Hookabout doing a bit of drone work. Spots out the smoke, but he's going to dispatch of that drone. Nade coming out from Sledge, and he's going to get lit up by the Valkyrie and taken down. A nice pick from Adam, wide swinging the door and taking down Toxic. It's all left up to one remaining player in the luggage, as Blessed finds one onto... Wow, a second. Blessed with a two-piece in the round, as he's just going to be going for the late flank. I mean, the drone economy there for Complexity, for Apollo even, it was interesting to say the least. I mean, they burnt a lot of drones on one player of Will down in Sunrise Bar, and they sort of just left the Malusi, not even found the Malusi out, and I mean, ultimately they got punished for it later in the round. I mean, it's going to be pretty similar lineup, switching the Nomad for a gridlock now, as Rob's going to be hopping on the grid. Still pretty frag heavy lineup. They're going to be sticking the IQ as well this time. No 6th pick off the IQ, as the Valkyrie was pretty influential in gathering the intel for them. They're going to be going down to Kitchen. Yeah, Complexity should be looking to get at least 3-3 on the split, as this is a pretty even map. It's not really that defender-sided as some of the other maps in the map pool, but again, pretty standard setup. It looks like the blue team are just relying on winning their gunfights here, as they're not really doing much in the way of strategy. I mean, they're just really going guns blazing, which is how a lot of teams prefer to play on Coastline. Interesting reinforcements over here. You don't usually see these two reinforced, but looks like they're going to maybe attempt to hold this little corner in here with a barbed wire to support. Again, it looks like a pretty heavy Sunrise push coming out from Complexity, as they're going to be met by the Jaeger, but again, no drones going in yet. Can't see any preset drones near Sunrise. They're looking pretty unorganised. The Ace and Robbie finally sending drones in. Jaden just holding the angle. The Jaeger's going to get spotted out behind the bar and just burn up them drones. He's just going to be playing to burn out time here and take out a lot of drones. And Jaden finds the head of Will, but Will takes down the gridlock. A pretty big pick, as I believe no trap stings were used. Blessed finds one onto the Ace, and that's the hard breacher down, and the diffuser, but Toxic looks like he's in a good position to retrieve that. IQ finds one, and Jaden finds another, leaving it 2v3. Last two remaining players are on site. And it looks like they've gone for pretty heavy top floor control here. I mean, it's worked out for them as they've got 2 picks through the vert and are now pushing down towards the site. Game On's just going to be holding a tight peek here behind the chassis of the bomb, and Adam finds one onto Bearcat. Jaden with a lovely prone peek onto Adam, taking him down, finding Game On in the 2v1. He's just going to fall back and take a lot of fire from the sledge as he's put down to 50 HP. The diffuser, however, is left in spawn almost, as they're just going to be looking to go for the frag on Game On here. And he gets taken down, dispatched of by Toxic, and that's 1-1. A nice comeback, a nice round, and they seemed a lot more calm and collected in the second round as they cleared top floor and they held the staircases. The drones were a lot better, a bit slow on the drones, but I mean, they got there. I think what we're seeing from Complexity is they're just not really presetting their drones. I mean, if they did that, it would make their drone work a lot more efficient, but ultimately they won the round, so I'm not going to go into that. Going to be seeing again pretty similar lineups, sticking the IQ and the grid. Malusi Legion combo has been pretty good for the blue team. I mean, it just slows the attackers down in pushing the site and really does burn a lot of time and utility. As we've seen, the Legion just holding in Sunrise on the first round burnt so many drones, so much time, and did a lot of damage to the attackers and burnt their utility down to nothing. Orbit picking it up on that last round and taking it, capitalising. Looks like Jaeger's going to be playing Sunrise again. He was pretty influential in Sunrise as he got an early pick last round, but ultimately that wasn't enough as Complexity just took the man count, took top floor and pressured the anchors on site, taking them out. Looks like they're going to be doing the same setup, and it sounds like a spawn peak. Where's that? Malusi, bit of an aggressive play early, and it looks like she's going to be contesting top floor this round. As with the sledge in play, maybe we could see them going for top floor again. We're going to have Gridlock rappelling up now to the roof. Jaden's just going to be sitting here on top main, trying to cut off the roamers' rotations, but not going to be able to find anyone. There is the Legion down below, but Jaden's going to be met with the Malusi now and taken out. A nice shot. I don't know where Jaden was aiming there, but Exolver finding the head and finding a second onto Bearcat. A nice two-piece from him as he's just destroying the attackers trying to collapse on him on top floor. Not really much in the way of drones again. They sort of just let him do his thing, and the drones just aren't really there from Complexity. I mean, they can't expect to win rounds just off face checking corridors and corners. I mean, look at this. They're just going to sort of ignore Malusi, and it's going to come back to bite them late in the round. Rob's going to be holding the angle, but Exolver giving away his position, and the ace is going to dispatch of Exolver, finding the head. They're now going to be advancing down Cool Vibes, but again, Will just going to be playing the bars here. Sledge did pre-pass some shots in, so I believe they do know the location of the Legion. And Toxic finally going to be sending some drones in. 1 minute left on the clock. They're going to be opening up the hatches and really pressuring this Legion here. Rob's going to be hopping on drones, and Will is just going to be burning out for time. Even if they take Will down, he's burnt a lot of time in utility, and he's done a lot of damage as Rob's put down to a sliver of HP. He's got his teammate of the Jaeger down there in Sunrise as well with him, and the attackers only have 40 seconds, and it's almost a 4v2 because Gridlock is so low on health. They're really struggling to push this here. Will's going to get lit up by the ace mid Cool Vibe stairs, and it's just the clock working against him. Sledge drops the hatch. Now he's just got to take the fight against the Jaeger. Blame kicks, finds the head of Toxic, and Adam finds one onto Robbie. The Ace gets one onto Blame, Blessed, but Will fights back, taking his friend down. And a wonderful round. A really nice round from Orbit there. If they can keep taking these defensive rounds, they're going to put themselves in a really good position on the split. I mean, the frag heavy lineup is working out, and they're really doing a good job at capitalising off Complexity's poor drone work so far. Nomad going to be 6th picking onto the Hibana. That is an interesting 6th pick, but could be useful. It's unusual to see that when they already have an ace in play, and I mean, Coastline, you don't really need a hard breach for this match much. Don't usually see it, but maybe they're going to be going for a more traditional VIP take. Last round they were attacking the site. They did a pretty strange sunrise clear below take, which really didn't work out for them, because they just got filtered up Cool Vibe stairs, where they were met with Game On holding it with the shotgun. Just didn't really work out for them.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, it looks like the same setup, but the Jaeger looking to go for a spawn kill here. Vaulting up on the pool table. Will he be able to find anyone? That is the question. He'll be holding the arch there, but no attackers to meet him. But Will finds the head of Barakat, and he gets a second on to Jaden. A double for him. Really nice early pick from the top main window. I mean, that is a really default spawn kill, and Complexity have just given away their 2 primary fraggers to a spawn kill. I mean, they should really be watching out for these things. Just stupid mistakes like that, losing them rounds. They're going to be taking down the Jaeger, but do they know it? The drones come in and the intel's coming, but teammate's going to be pushing up for the refrag. Can't quite get it, as Rob's just going to be sitting on the roof trying to hold Will's retreat, but he's already fallen back into theatre, and if they don't drone him out, he's really going to put up a fight in there and burn a lot of time. Like, they need to drone and pinch this Legion efficiently and stop wasting grenades when they don't even know that someone's there. These are the sort of things that make teams lose rounds, when they're doing silly things like face checking and wasting utility on things that aren't needed. And Toxic takes down Will 3v3. They pinched him out pretty efficiently, but I mean, again, the drones weren't really there. With their pinches, they're not really pressuring enough, but they took him down, so it's a 3v3 now. They got a lot of time on their hands as well. Complexity may be looking to recover this round. Maybe a bit too much aggression there from the Jaeger and the Legion, as they sort of threw their lives away. Especially Jaeger, he just sort of stood in the middle of the room and, yeah, got his head taken off. Game On really holding this corner here, as any attackers that push through here are just going to get one pumped with the shotgun. There's no way that they're going to get through there unscathed. 2 attackers still in VIP, but Robbie's going to be making his way round to luggage now. Looks like Adam does not know, but Exalver's holding the angle. Rob's just going to be moving his way up, and it looks like Rob could be in with a chance to get a kill here. Exalver pre-fires the shots, and looks like they're both potatoed a bit. He pushes around the corner and takes Exalver down, and Adam just runs away. Game On with a nice 2-piece, playing close with a shotgun. I mean,
15 seconds remaining.
And Rob's just going to have to rush in. No drones required. He gets taken out by Adam, but again, Complexity, it's just a case of too little too late from them, really. A nice 2-piece there from Game On. Really big picks from him. Complexity wasted their utility earlier on in the round, which meant they just didn't have the nades and the flashbangs to take that smoke down, and it really cost them the round. He just held that angle and forced them to push down the corridor to him. Complexity really need to double up and play for refrag in those situations, because they should have droned him out and seen that they couldn't push there and just rotated. I mean, it's pretty
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as
unusual
they
seeing
can.
teams that just don't adapt, especially when they're in competitive environments like this. If they see something like that, they should be adapting and changing their push. But that was not the case, and ultimately it cost them the round. Orbit really interesting setup actually. Bring the mirror on blue bar. I mean, blue bar's traditionally in ranked one of the worst sites, but in competitive we see it played quite a lot, and we see it won quite a lot. There's a lot of nice strategies, and quite commonly a mirror is played on this site. I haven't actually seen where the mirrors have been put yet. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to be holding upstairs, but yeah, pretty default mirror coming out from Will, but it's going to be put down to the round site. Pretty unusual, and a double mirror on blue bar. I like these prone holes actually here in square. It just means late round it pressures the attackers. I mean, Complexity, if they go for a blue bar take, it looks like they're going to get shut down, but it looks like they're pushing kitchen. All 5 of them pushing kitchen and service. Game On's going to be holding this all on his own, and it looks like he's going to get pinched out pretty early, but he's just going to fall back. Probably a wise decision considering there's drones raining in on him, and all 5 attackers have positioned themselves around this side, this north side of the map. 2 players vaulting in kitchen window, and the Mozzie comes back. Barracat finds the head of Game On, a big pick, and the opener for them. Rob finds one onto Will, and immediately Complexity with a man count. The drones went in, the intel was given, and they got the 2 picks. Rob with another nice pick onto the, is that the Jaeger getting dispatched of? And it's a 5v2 almost instantly. 1 minute 40 and a 5v2. Complexity really stepping up their game here. Now they just need to slow it down and drone. Exolver's going to get put down to almost 1 HP, but it's all down to Adam now. As the plant's going down, Adam's just positioned on full vibes here. And Toxic finds Exolver, leaving Adam in a 1v5. He pre-passing shots, but he's going to get taken out. A flawless round for Complexity. A big round from them. They just droned out, saw the weakness in the strat. They saw that there was only 1 player in kitchen, and they took control and pushed it. A beautiful round. Looks like Orbit are going to be moving back to kitchen service where they had success earlier on. Again, we're going to see the Hibana and the Ace. I mean, since they switched onto the Hibana, it has been working, but they need to be dealing with these Valkyrie cams, because if Adam positions these Valkyrie cameras correctly, then it really could mess up Complexity's attack and just give the defenders that intel, and it will just shut them down.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Looks like the exact same setup coming out from Apollo. It'll be interesting to see if Complexity adapt their attack, as their last attack on this site just didn't really work. I mean, they just got absolutely shut down from the players in Blue Bar and Sunrise, the Jaeger, and I can't remember who was in Blue Bar. I think it was Exolver on the Malusi. It just didn't work. They took too long clearing top floor. They got the picks on the vert, but it took way too long. When it came to droning the 2 roamers out in Sunrise and Blue Bar, they didn't have the time and they didn't have the drones. And this has been a case for a lot of these rounds. They just need to be a bit more efficient in their pushes, and then they'll have map control and early picks. And a spawn kill, is that from top main again? Oh my gosh. Blessed is going to be
Attackers recovered the
spawn
bomb
killing
diffuser.
from top main, and he's going to get dispatched of from a grenade, a beautiful grenade from Toxic. He just lingered too long. He downed the ace and then tried to get greedy for it. I mean, it's a pretty stupid mistake. He let the greed get the better of him, and now Complexity see themselves again with the man advantage. Maybe we could see this game go 3-3 on the split. It's looking like it's going to be a good one, actually. Complexity seem a lot more calm and collected as they're going for a top floor clear, but this time they actually have drones going in from every angle, just sweeping the map, followed by Jaden as he's going to just sweep top floor. Rob's going to be droning down onto Exolver now. They've cleared the top floor. Now they need to start on the vert as Toxic is just going to be using that hammer to its best, just pressuring the anchors, but it looks like the smoke is not going to get pressured at all as the sledge has made a load of holes above service, but none whatsoever above kitchen. Pretty stupid actually, because all it means is that the defenders won't be able to play in service, but Adam and Game On are just going to hold crossfires on this wall now, as the sledge has just positioned his vertical holes in such an awkward place. But the smoke's going to get taken out by Toxic, a big pick from him, and I believe that is through the vert holes as he's rotated and put a vert hole above the rotation, a really nice vertical hole from him. Also going to be rotating through square to try and cut off the attackers, and he's going to get spotted out, but he still takes down the ace as he got spawn killed down to 20 HP earlier. He's now just going to retreat back into blue bar, but it looks like Jaden's going to dispatch of him again. He just sort of lingered too long in the rotation. I mean, it's just like what the Jaeger did earlier on in the round, and Rob's just going to push his way in and take the fight and win it. Lucy's going to get lit up, and it's a 4v1. Exolver gets taken down by Rob. Rob really popping off since he switched onto this Hibana. He's just been taking the fights and winning them. Really nice round, and 3-3 on the split. We're going to go back up to hookers, see how Complexity are going to do on their defence now. I mean, 3-3 on the split isn't bad for either teams, but we're going to see the Yana get sick pick to a Ying, and the Vigil is going to stay on Vigil. I mean, Vigil can work depending on how drone heavy the teams are, but generally the ERC scanner doesn't last forever, and at the end of the day they're still going to be able to pinpoint your rough location even with that ERC scanner on. Interesting actually that we haven't seen any castles so far this game, because it tends to be run quite a bit on this map, especially this objective. There's a lot of good castle barricade positions that you can put down, but I guess these teams just want to play frag heavy.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Could we see any spawn kills from Complexity now in revenge for what Blues did to them? And Jaden's going to be doing a pretty default spawn kill, but all 5 are going to be spawning ruins, so this could work out for him actually here. He just needs to hit shots, but he's going to fall off it early. 10 seconds in and he falls off it. Wow. I mean, it's probably the safer option, but he's just going to fall back and bait out for time. Barakat playing pretty aggressive here as he's swinging the balcony.
A bomb has been located.
Just going to be droning out Barakat, and he's going to find the head of Blessed now, and Jaden's going to find one onto Game On, but he's going to get traded out by his teammate Will, and now it's a 4v3. Complexity here in the 3v3. Will with a second, big picks from him on the Ash. I mean, he's really doing a good job at getting the entries, but Barakat's left here in Aqua, very low on HP, and the Ace is going to be opening up the vertical angles from the roof. The Anchors have got a very long time to hold this site for. I mean, it's going to be pretty awkward for them to do it for 1 minute 30 with a Ying on the board, and the Legion sort of pinned in Aqua on such little HP. I mean, it's just really does look pretty unwinnable. He's opened the hatch as a bait, but will he drop it? I think he should, to be honest, because he's got Candela's getting thrown in on him, and he falls down the hatch. Ying's going to lose a lot of health as the smoke swings out in an attempt. Well, more than an attempt, he finds Adam and takes the Ying down now in a 3v2. A really nice play from Barakat dropping the hatch there. But the smoke swings out on a long angle, pretty stupid, but Exalver's going to take him out, and now Rob's going to find himself stuck on site as Barakat's going to get taken down in luggage. And they're going to waste a bit of time on this. They don't actually know that he's down. 30 seconds, all left up to Robbie. He's armed with the Alder, which is an absolute machine. I mean, we really can't rule him out here. Exalver's going to finally get the finisher on to Barakat. 20 seconds left. Maestro Cam's still on the board, I believe. 2v1. This is easily clutchable for Rob. They're going to do a bit of drone work, find out where the position of the Maestro is, and the plant's going down. This is probably a really good position for Will to hold, but the issue is he's not going to be able to cut off the rotation, and Rob's just sort of walked on in, lights up Exalver and takes him down. Rob here. The Ash is just going to creep up behind him, but he hears it and swings it. He has to win this gunfight now. He's got 25 seconds, so he's got a lot of time on his hands to get this defuse off. And he's going to take Will down. A wonderful clutch from Rob as he just makes mincemeat of the attackers. The Ash holding the 90 hallway, but not being able to cover adequately as she just can't hit her shots on the tight angle. It was a good attempt from the Blues as they sort of pulled it back a bit, but it's just Rob was the better player there. I mean, I've seen this man clutch on many occasions. He really does stand out for his team. He plays support and he still manages to clutch up when his team needs him. Wonderful round, wonderful round. Complexity taking the lead now for the first time actually in this matchup. Sixfic onto the Ying, that's going to be interesting. We saw Will get 2 entry picks on the Ash, but looks like Adam's going to be moving on to the Ash now.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Pretty standard setup again. These teams really don't seem like they've prepared any strats. They're just going in guns blazing this game. And I mean, it seems like it's been a really close game so far. A lot of mistakes have been made, and it's not really like either team are sort of equal with their gun skill. It's more a case of every time a team makes a mistake, the other one capitalises off it, and that's just how the rounds are won and lost. I mean, that was a pretty outstanding clutch from Rob last round though, but team need to use this momentum now, because it's sort of one team wins a round, the other team wins a round. It's just a rally of rounds. We haven't seen one team get more than 2 rounds in a row this game, I don't think. We're going to be trying to pressure this Malusi out of the Sunrise Bar now, as Will's going to make his way over to Sunrise window. Drones raining in. Really nice drone work here from Orbit Apollo. Barricat's there to support the Malusi. She's going to get stunned out by the Zephyr lifeline, and C4 coming out. Barricat takes one down, and the drones are going to get taken out pretty easily. Now it's going to be a 3 versus 5. Will finds one onto Jade in a big pick, possibly able to claw this round back, as they've got 1 minute 30. Time is on their hands. The 4 remaining defenders are just falling back to site, and attackers are still sort of wasting their utility over here in Sunrise and Blue Bar. Will does still have 3 Candelas though, so if he uses this to his full potential, this could be pretty easy execute, as it's only Malusi positioned on the head glitch in the kitchen. He's going to get droned out. But some really nice preset drones here from Orbit Apollo. Looks like Barricat's going to go for a rotate around, but preset drone and shoots the corpse. I believe there is a drone, a blank cam set up. And he's going to make it go down, and it looks like the Ying's going to take them out. Well, down to very low HP. Just spraying some shots backwards and forwards, but not really many connecting, as Barricat's just going to sit in office. Smoke canisters getting tossed out. 15 seconds left. This is looking almost unwinnable for the 2 remaining attackers of Orbit. He's going to be making his way towards Bathroom, just entering in, walking through the smokes and the goo mines. And this is what I was talking about earlier. The Legion and the Malusi combo is so hard to take on late round, combined with the smoke canisters. It's just late round. There's no way you're dealing with that, honestly. No way you're dealing with it. Complexity heading down to Blue Bar now. They're also going to be running the mirror. Maybe we could see a similar sort of thing, but if they hold on to Kitchen a bit better than the Blues did, then they should be able to take this round, as well as it already being a 5v4, so they've already got the man count. They just need to play this round smart, and it will be easy 6-3 for them. It'll be interesting to see. Similar setup by the looks of it, as Barricat's going to be doing the prone holes here. And Adam's going to return.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Doesn't look like there's much in the way of defense in Kitchen, except from that one Malusi device, but preset drones have really been good for the Blues here. Orbit Apollo making the most of them. I mean, the reinforcements are going up a bit late from the Malusi, but I guess the Legion's there to protect. Pretty default mirror strat. Well, default mirror. I mean, this one we don't tend to see. It looks like it's not even going to get a good view because of this sort of half wall in the way. Pretty unusual. We usually see it either in Kitchen here or doubled up on this wall next to the other one, but I mean, we'll see how it works out. It looks like an office push coming out from Orbit Apollo, but Jaden's just going to be sat here in Sunroom. Sounds like the drones are coming in. And they're going to be clearing out top floor. Really efficient drone work here from the 4 remaining players. But they're not actually going to find anyone. It looks like it's just a bottom floor hold here. As all 5 of the defenders are just stationed on the bottom floor. It looks like they're rotating for an office push here, as Blamed is going to be droning into office. They have not spotted out the Jaeger yet. This is unreal. How he's just allowed to sit here and not get spotted out. Then he takes down the Nomad and peeks out to find the Ying, but gets taken out. Will really fragging out for his team here. It's a shame that Adam had to disconnect, but we'll find some shots in. The issue is here with pushing office is they've got to face this mirror as well as worrying about these chronos here. I mean, maybe they should have adapted and taken a different attacking stance, because it's really going to just funnel them into this mirror. I mean, even if they get in behind the bar, Mirror's got a C4 and a 4v2, it's just not looking winnable. Will gets his second in the round onto the Melusi as she gets a bit greedy and drops down the hatch. Really good smoke grenade from him as it's just going to flash out the mirror. And he's going to push up aggressively and go for the guns here. He's just going to plant tight up to the mirror, and he's in the 1v3 as his teammate gets taken out. He finds one and he takes down the smoke. A quad kill for Will. He's going to hear the shots from the Legion, and the diffuser's going to be going down. It looks like he's going to have time to get it down as well. As
attackers are activating.
Yeah, this could be an ace for Will. Outstanding solo play from him. The Legion's going to push on in and get lit up down to almost no HP. Swings round and Will takes him out. An ace. An amazing clutch. 1v3 in the final 10 seconds of the round. Will. Amazing stuff. You don't see that every day. Holy. 4v5 for the last 2 rounds, but Will really using those candelas to their full potential, flashing out the mirror and taking down the smoke. A wonderful round. I don't know what the Legion was doing there. Just he sort of thought that the Ying wouldn't have time to plant. Maybe he thought he had the diffuser or something, as he just sort of ran away and gave Will the time to plant. But holy, that was an amazing clutch. It's going to be back to a 5v5 now, as the momentum has swaying the way of Orbit Apollo.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
4-5, wow. I was not expecting that. I was thinking we would find ourselves on match point. Complexity going to be heading back up to Hooker. I mean, it was pretty close on Hooker actually. Rob clutched the 1v2. It really shouldn't have gone the way of Complexity, but Rob was there to clutch it up.
Remaining. Attackers have located a bomb. 5 seconds to insertion.
Pretty standard setup here coming out from Complexity. You're going to be running the Vigil. It's interesting to see Barracat on the Vigil. I mean, he's not really been doing too well so far this game, and he's been playing pretty frag heavy operators, but maybe we could see him turn it around as he's going to be roaming deep with a Vigil in Sunroom. Oh no, office.
Deploying a drone.
Game On's just going to be air jabbing off the bottom floor here. And Will's just going to be challenging hook a door, burning up the ADS, but he really needs to capitalise off the ADS, as with the new nerf or buff, however you look at it, to Jaeger, the ADS will just regenerate every 10 seconds. Bearcat's going to find Adam. I'm just going to get air jabbed off. I mean, the Candelas there were really shut down, and Bearcat finds another onto game on a 5v2, and the diffuser's going down. I mean, all the defenders rushing in. Lest finds one, and Toxic trades him out. Exalva takes one onto Toxic, but he finds himself in a 1v3, and this is looking pretty unwinnable. He pushes in, and Jaden takes him down, finding complexity on match point now. A big round from then, and we saw Bearcat step it up for his team and find a 2-piece in the round. You're going to see complexity go to kitchen service on match point now. Will on the Ying again. We've seen him do so well on the Ying, as he got that ace clutch attacking Sunrise and Blue Bar. But last round the Candelas maybe weren't put to their best use, as the ADS sort of regenerated and just took out multiple Candelas. Sick pick from the gridlock to the sledge, probably a wise choice, just that extra set of nades.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And again, it looks like pretty similar lineup. We're not going to see the Vigil this time. Bearcat's going to be on the Whammy. Probably a better decision, considering Will has just been playing Ying round after round.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Attackers are
Jaden's just going to be cleaning up the preset drones, as it looks like Team Apollo, Orbit Apollo, are going to be making a push over here from office. Jaden's sort of fallen back, and he's going to be up here on top floor. I'm just going to get lit up a bit early, but the attacker's stalling out a bit here, not really sure on what they want to push yet, and not really sure where they want to push, as they're just sort of walking around the perimeter of the building, pre-firing shots into every window they see. Not really decided on a push, as finally they look like they've decided they're going to go for an office take. Lester's going to push on in.
Attackers have located a bomb.
They've spotted out the guy in Blue Bar, and Lester's going to try and flash him out, but Will takes him out nice and early. And Malusi trades Will out, and the Nomad dispatches of the Malusi. 1 minute 30 and a 4v3. This is looking like Apollo have a pretty good advantage here. All of them still have full HP, and they have quite a lot of map control now, as we see Game On going vert, but Jaden coming to the flank, and Game On not aware whatsoever. He gets taken down, and Toxic finds one. A nice turnaround as they now flip the man count, and the attackers dwindling here as they come up to the 1 minute mark. Wow, that's all I could say. Jaden was just allowed to flank top floor on the sledge. And now the defenders have access to all the vert that the sledge has made. Rob's just got to hold the site down. Jaden's rotated down to main stairs now. Just waiting for the attackers to push on in. And he's going to take down the Nomad now. 2v1. Big round from Jaden. And he gets the finisher onto Exolver. 7-4. Wow, that was a really good game. Both teams really stepped it up towards the end there, especially Will. Oh my gosh, the amount of kills he got there that he really shouldn't have been allowed to get. What a game. Looks like we're going to be heading on to Villa now with Complexity 1 map up. I mean, if we didn't see Adam disconnect, it could have gone very easily gone the other way. Well played, boys. Well, that was the most amazing clutch, I think. Oh my god. I couldn't believe that.
Alright, Toxic needs to reset game again because you got that crappy game shot.
Alright, that's fine. Who's defending? Who's attacking?
We're defending again.
Who's where? I don't know.
Orbit are defending and then attacking in those.
So
it's just the same as
yeah.
Time to switch them up.
Done it.
I'll be back, I'm going to.
I've done it. You got a 10-minute break if you want, but preferably start as soon as possible.
No point.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi disconnects for 2 rounds.
I know. I was saying that if your internet didn't cut out, that could have easily gone the other way. I mean,
it is just unfortunate.
the Candelas though on that 1v5 clutch, well, the 1v5, the 1vx ace from Will, like the Candelas were used so well.
I just fucking took it.
Yeah, Will's no fucking.
Yeah? I'm in here.
Well,
Okay.
at least I know who to ban against you guys now. I doubt I'll be on the PS competitive scene for much longer though, because I got a PC, so I'm still gonna play PS. But nah, I've literally played an hour on it. I'm awful. Right, are you guys ready? Yeah. Good luck. Have fun then. Yeah. May the best team win. Villa. I mean, we saw the frag fest of what we call coastline, but now we're going to be heading on to Villa, more slow and steady, strat heavy map. Maybe we could see some interesting setups. Thatcher ban. Damn, these teams really do love their default bans. Thatcher and Jackal, I mean. We're not playing ranked, guys, come on. It looks like, from the bans even, I can tell that this isn't really going to be a very strat-based matchup. These are just your standard ranked bans here. I think after this matchup, both teams need to go and do their homework and sort of do some strat runs, because they're never going to make it far in the competitive scene with no strategy. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe we're going to see some strategy, but that last matchup there was next to no strategy involved whatsoever. It was just reinforce, make a few rotates and gun. Hopefully we'll see more of a strategic game. Aviator Games going to be the first pick for the blue team. Orbit Apollo with their pretty standard defensive lineup. It's interesting that we see Robbie on the Cali and the Finker. I believe that's a random pick, but oh my gosh, they are two very, what's the word? Unusual operators.
Attackers need to locate
You're going
and
to stick
defuse
both
as
the
many
Cali
bombs as they
and the
can.
Finker. I mean, could we see maybe a bit of rush play here? I believe the Finker was a random pick, but it could work out. Just that extra bit of health boost and the ability to revive your teammates when you're nowhere near them. I mean, it can be pretty useful, but I think a reason why Finker generally is sort of stereotypically not used in comp is mainly because when you activate her gadget, it sort of eliminates recoil, and when people are pulling down on the right stick to control the recoil and a Finker boost gets popped, they sort of just pull down and aim at the ground because they're not really communicating too well. But I think in competitive maybe that shouldn't be too much of a problem because they can call when the Finker boost is going to get popped, but I still think a lot of teams just don't like running Finker because of that. Looks like Jaden's going to be looking to enter through pots and pans now. So the drones are going to be coming in. Complexity are one map up, so they're in a pretty comfortable position to take this. They just need to be smart about their drone work and where they're positioning and entering from. It looks like Jaden's going to have free roam off piano, but Exolver's going to get spotted out in library and Jaden's going to be challenging him. Free throwing some shots in from both players, but nothing really connects as Exolver's just going to get chased with drones. Jaden's going to hold his exit and he's just going to fall back into Mudland. Toxic and Jaden just trying to pinch out the Malusi here. Burning a lot of time as they're approaching the halfway point of the round. They sort of decide to give up. Jaden falls back, but Toxic's going to be continuing to drone out the Malusi. Big brain play from Will, shooting out the drone from the bathroom hatch. Just keeping Exolver's position unknown as he's going to fall back to Astro Stairs. Jaden making his way aggressively up main stairs. Wow, this is a lot of advancements made from the attackers as the majority of the defenders have just sort of positioned themselves back on site. Sledge is still holding below for these roamers and they've just fallen back. The drone work again from Complexity. They drone them out at the start and then they just left them. Wow, the smoke canister's getting used up pretty early. Not even 30 seconds and 2 left. Three players all stationed on 90 long and they're just going to get shut down as they continue to peek, and Will wins his gunfight here. Swings again, sees the player and takes him down. Will with his second. And Exolver with another now. A 5 versus 1, all left up to the Sledge with 10 seconds left on the clock. This is looking like it could be a flawless round for the Blues. And it is. Adam with 2, Will with 2, Exolver with 1. Orbit Apollo just fragging out against Complexity, showing that they've got it in them to win this game and tie it up for the series. They just need to try and get 4-2 on the split or better, and they'll put themselves in a good position on the attacks. This map is really defender sided, and it's actually pretty hard to attack if you don't know what you're doing and your drone work isn't great. And to be honest, Complexity's drone work has not been too great. You can tell that they haven't really been together for too long, and there's a lot of things that need ironing out between them because the communication, from my point of view, just isn't really there.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
They have been winning their gunfights though, to be honest. They've just been face checking on coastline as well. We saw a lot of just face checking. The drone work at the start's good, but it's the mid round and late round they sort of burn all their drones on the roamers, and they sort of just have no drones and no time, and it's too little too late sort of thing. They just need to sort of preset their drones and they'll be grand. Looks like we could see an extended hold into Aviator and Games here, as Game On's going to be reinforcing both the walls up.
5 seconds left before
And a rotation in Vault.
Attacker's objective is to defuse the bomb.
It'll be interesting to see where these Goyas have been placed. On here. It looks like it's going to be largely a study push, as only Barakat and Rob are going to be heading over to Master Bedroom to get the wall. Jaden's going to be moving up towards main stairs now. Like the Maestro's prepping for an impact trick here. Will finds Jaden pretty early into the round, putting his team in a really good position now, as they seem to have planned out some strats here. I mean it's working out. Just headlessly pushing into 90 hallway, and Will's just winning his gunfights, but not for long, as he's going to get shut down by Toxic. He was very low on HP, and that was bound to happen. Toxic's just going to be peeking in on the Bandit, and Adam takes him out. A 3v3 now. The last remaining attackers all stationed over at Master Bedroom. The breach is not open. The Maestro's just going to be impact tricking it. And I mean, the attackers have just sort of stormed onto site and taken site control. The diffuser's going down. Adam finds one, finds two, but Barakat's going to get the diffuser down now. A 1v1. Adam's so low on HP, he really needs to find the position of Barakat. The C4 lights him up a bit, but it's going to be a difficult one for him to win out here, as he sort of swings the corner and finds the head. A quad kill for Adam, and a 1v3 clutch. Amazing stuff from him as he wins his team the round. Really showing up there, just nailing the heads of the remaining 3 attackers. A 4K. My gosh, really seen some clutch plays in these last 2 games. Wow, I was not expecting that. So many headshots. Interesting to see the Capital, probably a wise decision actually, just bring that extra bit of utility, as there's no Wamai on the board, so they're really going to make use of the Capital.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Anyway, going down to Kitchen now. Considered usually as one of the weaker sites, but with the way that the fraggers have just been winning their gunfights, I mean, they're almost unstoppable. The 1v3 clutch last round, I mean, Will's performance on the first round and the first game. Orbit Apollo really stepping up in the second matchup here. They're going to be extending into Memorial with a militia device and an ADS to support
Attackers are
them.
moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Looks like Orbit Apollo have come prepared and ready with strats for every site. I mean, this is not default setup really what they've done here. And I mean, on the last sites they had it prepared with their rotations, their off-site holds. The positioning has been on point for them so far. It looks like Complexity are going to be going for a top floor clear as they're sort of droning in and just sweeping across from master bedroom side. No players up on top floor apart from Exolver, who's stationed over in study. And he's just going to rotate on over. The attackers don't seem to know, they've just sort of let him rotate up. And of course they have no Nomad or Gridlock to stop from the flanks, and they're no flank drones really, and they've spotted him out, and he's just going to sort of dash back and just live to fight another day. But he meets the Ash on red stairs and he gets taken out. A nice frag from Jaden. Now putting them in a 5-4 with 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Will's just going to be roaming down here in the basement. And Rob's sort of hot on his heels as he just rotates back to site. Just a bit wary of the Jaeger's position and worried about the flank. Jaden's going to be moving down to basement and just holding him. But little do they know that Will's just fallen all the way back to site now. This Barricat's trying to push on into a smoke grenade and a Melusi device. I mean, Game On's really got it all kitted out here in Pantry.
A bomb has been located.
2 picks coming out. I mean, the attackers still have the man count, but with this setup, I'm not sure they'll have the utility to take it out, as Barricat and Jaden has almost stormed on into study, and Game On's just going to be sitting close up on this reinforcement. Smoke grenades are going to get tossed on out, and he's playing it pretty risky here as he's up against the soft wall. So full Memorial push as Adam takes one down but gets traded out. A 2v2 now.
10 seconds to go.
The Ash and the Sophia remain, but they do not have the diffuser in hand, and Will finds another. All left up to Toxic, and Will takes him out. A 3k from him. A wonderful round as he just loops the attackers, burns all their time, and just falls back down to the basement and rotates back to site. Really big brain play there from him. We're going to see the Gridlock 6 picking over to the Cali as I'm going to return back to Aviator and Games. 3-0 so far. I mean, it's pretty impressive actually. Will really clutching up there, taking down the attackers one by one as they just pushed on into sight, and he just hit headshot after headshot. He really has showed up for his team so far in these 2 games.
Attackers have located a bomb. Seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Looks like Blessed is just going to sit under Pots and Pans window. Is anyone going to enter through there? That's the question, and will they drone it out? It looks like they're all sort of surrounding the window as the drone's going to go on in, but did they misdrone him? That is the question. Yes, they droned him out and he just scurries away just in time before Toxic gets onto the angle. And he's just going to shoot out the drones and fall back. Probably a wise choice. But Jaden cuts him off on his rotation, downs him. Does he know? Yes, he does, and he finishes him off. Again, early man count for Complexity. They really need to use this to their advantage and take the map control. And not stall out so much late round, because that cost them last game. They had the man count, but they just all pushed into the defender's crossfire. And Will taking the fight here on the Maestro, as he's gonna do a lot of damage with that Alder to Rob. Does he know that Ace is just laying down behind the couch in study? Callie giving away her position to the Tracers, and the Ace taking down the Maestro.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Bandit's going to find a kill onto Barakat, but the 3v4, the attackers are all very low, but Toxic finds ahead of Exolver, and now a 4v2. It's going to be a difficult one for the defenders to clutch out, but Adam finds ahead of Toxic. A wonderful shot from him. Game On's just going to be holding his position out here in the bolt. He's going to get lit up by the Cali, but Adam finds a third. He's on for the ace now as he just swings out the breach and takes down the Cali, saving his teammate's life. As well as taking the defuse down with him, but he gets shut down through the breach. And a beautiful two-piece from the IQ of the orange team. Complexity finally taking a round back. Again, similar lineup. Going to see the Goya being brought for trophy and statue. And both the Ash and the Jaeger for Complexity. I mean, it's been working pretty well when they've been running this more frag heavy lineup. They've been able to take down these Goya shields pretty easily.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers.
Same lineup, we saw the same setup even that we saw them do last round, as they're going to have 4 reinforcements stationed over here facing into study.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, it looks like the exact same push as the Thermite. Looks like he spawned in the wrong position and he's going to be spawning over at the ruins, but he's going to be rotating over to master bedroom to breach the wall. It looks like the exact same attack as well, with the 3 fraggers pushing over from study side and hard breaching Cali moving in from master bedroom. Jaden's just going to be getting droned in below here as he just takes map control. Looks like Barricat's finally going to be getting the wall, but no, the impact trick for the second round in a row. Adam finds ahead of Toxic, and Barricat's going to swing on round, and the Goyo with a beautiful peek here, just lighting him up. He's going to take out the Kumon, but he's pretty pinned now as Game On has just got him stuck in a corner. He falls off the angle to reload, and Barricat takes a pretty aggressive stance here. He runs across and Game On can't quite catch up with him, but it looks like Jaden has had to rotate as the defence is too powerful over at Study side. They're now rotating and gravitating more towards an astronomy push. Barricat finds one onto Will but gets taken out by Game On. Nice crossfires here from the defenders. And nice refrags as well. Robbie's going to be making his way towards the Legion. And he's going to get spotted out. Swings the corner, gets lit up. But the Goyo shield really coming in clutch. But IQ has just taken control of Astronomy and finds a two-piece, but swings headlessly and gets shut down. A double kill for Adam, and now he finds himself in a 1v1 against Jaden. He pre-fires corner and takes Jaden down. Adam coming in clutch yet again. An amazing round from him. And I believe that was yet another 4K on the same objective. This man just is the clutch king in this matchup. If they could take this 5-1 on a split, it will put them in such a good position when it comes to attacking. They will only need to win 2 rounds to take the map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
They're going to be heading back to Aviator and Games now, where last round they didn't win, but I believe they won it on their first attempt. They almost clutched it out last round they played here, to be honest. It was pretty close. Adam found the triple, but it wasn't quite enough as he got shut down. Looks like a pretty default setup again. I noticed how the objectives where they're stratting, they're winning every time and time again. But when they're running default setup, it's sort of complexity read into it, and just they know how to attack it.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Now, it looks like a study push coming out from complexity now. And this Rob's going to be looking to go in, rappelling up to trophy window. Looking to drone out Exolver here, and the IQ just catches him, dashing up the stairs back into cover. Adam's going to lose a bit of damage to the Ash charge, and down comes Exolver, just holding the angle. If he pushes down, he's going to get caught out by the IQ's punch hole in the wall, if he's not careful. But the drone's coming out, and he's going to get spotted out and just fall back. Jaden takes down Will, a big pick, and the opener, as they really needed that as they're 4-1 down. They just need to keep this man advantage and use it, because if they don't, then they're going to find themselves in such an awkward position. 5-1 is just not where you want to be seeing yourself. Game On's going to be holding a pretty loose angle here on the doorway. That's a pretty common pre-fire spot, and with the SMG-11 he's probably going to get shut down holding that angle, but... Exolver finds a double headshot and flips the round to a 4v3 in favour of Orbit Apollo. I can't believe this. This is just like every time I think the round's going towards one team, one of these players will just come in and get a double kill. And Adam finds one onto Rob, and it's a 4v2 just like that. Could we see this 5-1 on the split? Jaden's going to get lit up and Barricat's going to walk into sight getting pre-fired on in. The Maestro Cam's going to light him up and the smoke's going to swing and take him down. A 4 versus 1. All left up to Jaden on 25 health, and Exolver takes him out. 5-1 on the split. What a half from Orbit Apollo. A big turnaround from their first game, and a big round from Exolver as he finds his third. Wow. I was not expecting that. What a dominant first half. You're going to see the Malusi 6 pick over to the Bandit, and Thermite switch onto the Zephyr. Really frag heavy lineup here from the attackers. We'll see Will back on the Ying, see if he can work wonders like he did on the Coastline game, first map, and he got a 1v5 ace with Ying. Well, 1v3 ace I think it was. It was really impressive. 10 seconds left and he clutches a 1v3. It looks like Complexity are a bit more prepared as they've sort of got their defensive setup all sorted out here. Interesting lines of sight made by the smoke, sort of giving the attackers a bit of view into the objective, but maybe the defenders will be able to play off this with this deployed as shield. Yeah, it looks like both teams are a bit more prepared with their strategies on this map. And it looks like Orbit Apollo are going for a full study take. Maestro Cam just zapping the drones away.
Bomb located by attackers.
It's over here. Holding Jaden in place, holding the peak.
Reload! Scanning, stay down. Tango located. Second floor. Reloading!
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers have recovered their
Jaden taking a pretty aggressive stance here. Just waiting for a player to rotate around to peek the study window, and he sees the head of his Zephyr. Can't quite hit it as she just quick peeks and pre-fires the swing. Will, however, has just waltzed on into study, and a TK. Wow. That is very unfortunate. That looked somewhat intentional, but I'm presuming it isn't. I mean, Jaeger takes down another, and Blessed gets one back onto the smoke. A really big pick this early on. Now it's a 3v4, but it's going to be an awkward one for the attackers to push now. And they're just going to get pushed on out through these Royal Shields set up at top main. It's a really nice setup actually. And Barricat's going to get taken down by the Nomad. Game on finds one, and now Nomad finds herself in a 1 versus 2. 40 seconds left on the clock. hears the Jaeger sort of crawling around in the sight, but the clock's really working against him here as he approaches the 20-second mark. 15 seconds and he's just sort of lost at what to do now. And he gets taken down by Toxic there, 5-2. If Complexity want to take this, they've really got a lot of work to do. Really a lot of work. They're just going to stick the frag heavy line up, running the Ash and the Zephyr. Interesting that we're not seeing the Ying being played here. With the ADSs getting nerfed a bit, Ying has become a bit more powerful with her utility she brings. Smoke grenades and candelas, just really oppressive gadgets. Looks like Complexity going to go for an extended hold into the walk-in closet. Traditionally we see a Wamai played on this site, but of course he's been banned out. It'll be interesting to see how many ADSs get stacked up in the walk-in closet. And there's 2. Will we see 3? No, just the 2. Yeah, 3. All 3 ADSs for Barracat now in walk-in closet. He's going to have to make the most of this and really hold his position if he wants to make the most of the utility that's been gifted to him. Not really much emphasis on the study hold, as they're just going to sort of barricade it off and ignore it. 90 Windows going to get castled, but it looks like a master bedroom push from the attack. Blessed is just going to be pre-firing in on the windows. They're just going to meet Barracat's shotgun in the walk-in closet. Spear's going to be opening up the castle barricade and very quickly closing in on Barracat's position. Will using his lifelines perfectly to cut the smoke off. No reinforcements on this wall was a fatal error for the defenders, as the attackers take the man count early and find themselves in a 5v4 with 2 minutes left. Toxic fights back with 1 on to game on now, just sitting tight up. However, he's very low on HP. Exolver and Adam are going to be clearing out below, but Will and Blessed are just going to be going for this master bedroom control. Ever so important master bedroom control. Looks like they're going to be contesting Jaden down here, but 2 of the defenders are on almost a sliver of HP, as Adam's just going to push his way over towards Jaden now. Will's going to get lit up by the bandit, but Adam's just holding Jaden in here. Shots getting pre-fired in. I believe they don't actually know the position of him, they're just sort of pre-firing. And Exolver finds the head of the Melusi now. This is really putting a lot of pressure on Jaden to make a flank here, but Adam's not watching the angle, and Jaden could get a pick here. He lights Jaden almost getting flicked on there by Adam. Oh my gosh, I saw that and it looked like he was going to get taken out, but it's now Castle's going to get downed and Jaden's so low on HP. 3v2. Lester's going to be making his way in and Jaden's going to take him out. The diffuser down on site. Nice angle play from Jaden. Now it's a 2v1. Jaden just sitting here on landing on a sliver of HP. The diffuser's now been picked up and Exolver's going to be going for the plant. here holding off Jade,
5
and
seconds remaining.
he's so low it's almost unclutchable. Will's holding the wrong angle and gets put down to 1 HP as well. And Exolver's going to finish the round off with the pick onto Jaden. 6-2. Orbit Apollo find themselves on match point as they've really picked up their game here on Villa. Amazing stuff from them. Here me heading down to kitchen for match point. Just when they go and really frag heavy with the Vigil and the Alibi, sort of almost giving up by the looks of it. No wall denial. Just looks like they're going to be going for the kills and just playing it headlessly. Question is, are we going to see any spawn kills?
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Looks like Jaden's just going to be running straight upstairs, not reinforcing. He's just go for opening a laundry hatch. I'm almost certain that they're going to be trying to do a spawn kill or two, because at this point it's looking pretty unclutchable. The drone work from
5 seconds to insertion.
Orbit Apollo has just been on point, and they've just been winning their gunfights. This is a pretty nice setup actually from the defenders. Maybe they're not giving up, but you don't usually see an Alibi and a Vigil ran in the same round. Just leaving the anchors pretty limited with utility on site. Looks like Orbit Apollo are going for Study and Master Push, and they're going to be sweeping top floor. Jaden up here on the Vigil, using this ERC to cloak him from the drones, as they're just going to rain on in through Master Bedroom. The drone work coming out from Orbit Apollo has been on point. Shots going to get sprayed on in through walk-in closet window, and Jaden's just going to fall back, retreat towards his fellow roamer. And Toxic, he's just going to go double up with Toxic now at landing, and they're both going to get droned out and potentially pinched out. A wonderful pre-fire from Toxic as he takes down Adam. This is actually a really nice setup. Toxic's just going to fall back towards the basement as Will advances on landing. And Toxic finds a second onto Exolver. That was a bit of an interesting position for Jaden to play, but he wins the fight and takes down Will. Now Blessed is being very careful of the Vigil now, so he's going to take the fight and get lit up, but not doing too much damage to the Vigil. They're 3v5 and 2v5 even, and Blessed has been lit up quite a lot. Jaden's just going to be making his way down the 90 hallway, and here's the player approaching, and Game On finds him and takes him out. 2v4 with 40 seconds on the clock. This is looking pretty darn hard for the attackers to win here. But Complexity really picking it up with their strategic gameplay on match point. Yeah, just both going to be rotating over to laundry here as they push on into site. Bearcat's going to get lit up, but Blessed is going to get downed.
15 seconds remaining.
Game On's just pushing in for the kills. He finds one.
10 seconds remaining.
And Robbie takes him out. 6-3. A much better round from Complexity. The frag heavy lineup works out for them as the fraggers just to win their ones. Aviator Games being the choice for the orange team now. They really need to get the momentum now because they got to win back-to-back 3 rounds. They have to win a full rotation to have a chance of winning this matchup. They really need to take this to overtime. Means they're going to have to win kitchen, which is, well, they seem to be alright winning kitchen, but most teams struggle a bit on that bomb site. It looks like they're going to be running the exact same setup that they ran last time round. Not much variation, but it worked out for them pretty well. The Goya shields at top main just shut down the study push completely.
10 seconds left.
Nice Maestro cams here from Rob,
5 seconds remaining.
as that's going to be pretty difficult to destroy without a Zephyr or an Ash.
Attacker's objective is to defuse
They've got
the bomb.
that covered. Exover's got that on the Ash,
Attackers
but
recover the bomb.
he just needs to use those Ash charges wisely.
Drone's up and running. Drone ready.
Match point now. Blue team just slowing it down and droning. Just locating all the positions of the defenders ready for their final assault. Silver's going to make his way into the study and take out the Maestro cam. He hears the smoke close up on the reinforcement. And it's going to be wise choice not to swing him as he's got the shotgun close up, but interesting to see how the Ying's going to do. And Adam finds one wheel in the gunfight with the Jaeger. Can he finish it off? Yes, he can. He takes him down, a 5v3 match point. This could go the way of Orbit Apollo, as it's all left down to the 3 anchors now. Barracat comes in for the flank. Woods his shots now. C4 coming out, lighting game on up. This is a very close round, as a lot of the attackers are very low on HP. Only Exolver remains on full health. They're just going to slow it down and drone, but Adam finds a second now, a 5 versus 2 and a 5v1, a flawless round. The map goes to Orbit Apollo. What a matchup. Both teams playing so well, but ultimately Orbit Apollo took Villa. 1 map each, it's a draw. What a good series though, to be honest. Wow, the strats there from both teams were pretty impressive. Really nice setups. And I think that's the reason to why Villa's so defensive favoured, because a lot of teams will just run a Goyo, and the shields on that map are just really powerful. GG, well played, boys.
GG, lads.
That was a good 2 maps actually. That was pretty fun to cast.
It was pretty decent. Good games, to be fair. Like,
Yeah, there was some nice clutches there though. Right, I'm gonna stop the stream now though. Well done, guys. Good games. In a bit.
GG's, lads.